What's up, guys? It's your boy Victor Peace. This is Domesticated. I know it's been like a while. So I did 3 videos and then went quiet, and that's because I really think that I didn't think this through. It's actually a lot of work. YouTube is a lot of work. So just trying to figure out how to balance YouTube and Instagram at the same time. But this 2022, I'm really determined to actually create more content on YouTube. So yeah, so just be patient with me, Kidogo. I'll figure this out and then we'll gain momentum and have the right kind of pace and videos and content and everything going into this particular channel. Alright, so one of the things that I figured out that I didn't do when I started the channel was actually introduce the why. So why are we actually here? Why Domesticated? Why the name Domesticated? And so a short story before we start is I was raised by a single mom, or rather it was just me and my mom for the longest time. So she got married way later, and during that time when we were together, just the two of us, it meant that if there's no housing, ni nani anafanya job? Sini Victor. Yeah, so my mom would actually go to work, then I'd go to school, then come back. Then during holidays, of course, I'd actually help her out with housework. So for example, like she'd tell me, go clean the house, let's do general cleaning together. Na it was so much fun. Like we used to clean everything. It was a very tiny house, by the way. So it wasn't a lot of things. It was just a one-room house in Kirinyaga Road. But it was so much fun when we were doing general cleaning activities and those kind of things. So that's how it started. Then she'd also let me in on cooking. She's like, Ebu, like, nipasie hiki tu ama bring those onions or whatever. So that relationship that we have with my mom is actually what has brought about Domesticated. And then other than that, I was raised with a lot of female influence around me. So like the place we used to live in Kirinyaga Road, I was the only guy. So there were like 3 other chicks, same age. So we used to play a lot with them. Then at the same time, during holidays, I'd go to my grandmother's, and my aunties and my uncle were almost the same age. So I was the youngest, of course, but they're about, I think the oldest person is about maybe 5 years, or actually maybe more. But the point is, all of them were girls apart from my uncle. So most times it will be all the girls and then the two of us. So my aunt, my oldest aunt, will actually make me unbraid her hair, do what, all those things. And it was so weird that I was actually good at it. So, but of course I had to keep it low-key because boys do not do such things. Anyway, but this doesn't mean that it actually affected the masculine side as well. So because on the other side, I had an uncle who was such a strong masculine presence. So he was those guys for vumilia. Ukigongwa na meza, anakwambia usilie, chapa hiyo meza. Then my dad came along, and then now he taught me a lot of things. Like that's where now, even as the person I am today, is really influenced by who he is. So things like going to the mechs, learning about cars, looking at the engine, like you going to the mechanic yourself and actually learning what exactly is happening. So that's when I gained a lot of that kind of knowledge from him. But in this particular vlog, we're focusing on the domesticated side, which is the cooking, the cleaning, the organizing, the interior decor, all those things. Like that's what we're doing here, and that's why Domesticated is here. And I figured that a lot of guys have stigma as to showcasing themselves doing housework, because in among us juko no mamas juko na nini, and you know these are like archaic notions, because we're in an age where we're talking about equality, and we're all humans at the end of the day. Like if you lived alone as a guy, of course you have to cook for yourself. You have to clean the house. Are you just going to stay there in total chaos just because you're a guy? Doesn't make sense, right? So we all have to learn these things. Women have to learn how to change tires and learn about their engines, because if your car stalled and you're alone somewhere and you don't have a boyfriend or a guy or a husband, whatever, like what will you end up doing? You'll end up being called by some random guy out there. Yeah. So it's always important for all of us to learn all these things without considering gender roles. Yeah. So that's what Domesticated is about. Alright, so today what are we doing? So today we're cleaning. So number one, I got this what you call it, like window cleaner. It looks like those ones for the petrol station, like whenever you go to the petrol station and then they tell you to wash the dirisha. So that's what I went out and got, and I feel like this is actually the most magical thing ever because we have really large windows, and sometimes you cannot be able to access or clean the windows from the outside. So I feel like this will really help. So the fact that it's actually extendable. So if I was really trying to get really up there, this is actually very helpful. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Other than that, there's also something else that I got recently, which is the vacuum cleaner over here. Yeah, so guys have been asking on IG what vacuum cleaner this is. This is a Duronic corded vacuum cleaner. So it's just a dry vacuum cleaner, meaning that you can only use it to dust. So you can't clean with it. It's not a wet one. So what I really like about it is that it's actually very nimble. Yeah, so it's small and it can fit in different places under the sofa. Then the wire is actually really long. I think it's about 5 meters, meaning that if I plugged it into any socket, I'd be able to cover the whole house. Yeah. Then what else? Then it has this detachable handle, and the dirt comes inside this part over here. Then all you need to do is just empty it, then clean out the filter, and you're good to go. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. So if you have any questions about any of these tools, let me know. I'll plug you, I'll tell you where you can get them on the description, or rather, not the description, the comment section. So yeah, so this is Domesticated. Let's have fun cleaning and making our homes beautiful, because it's very important to actually have a beautiful home, because that's where your energy starts every day. So you really need to have a calm place, a beautiful place that you can call home. So let's do this, let's clean. Alrighty guys, so we're done with the staircase. Looks amazing. This thing is actually very helpful. Like, it's actually a worthy investment. And it was only about 650 bob, yeah, in Carrefour. So yeah, so you should really get this. If you have a lot of windows in your house, then this is a solution. So anyway, let's move over to the balcony window. So these parts over here are very hard to reach using the brush. So I've resorted to actually using paper towels. So what I'm going to be doing is just going inside with the paper towels. Last but not least, we need to clean up the tools zenye tumetumia. So for the bucket, I'm going to be using a disinfectant. And then for the mop, I'll just rinse it. And then for the window cleaner, I'll do that as well. So yeah, feels good to be done. Thank you guys for watching. We managed to actually wash all the windows in the house. So right now I'm going to be making breakfast. Yeah, so just remember to subscribe and see you in the next video.